The contact between patient and physician is also crucial to medicine. Furthermore, even if the patient is subjected to a variety of tests and imaging modalities, a written report is always provided. So, why have AI models for medical and healthcare applications failed to properly use language? So we have all the answers to these questions today. In this video, we are going to explore Google MED-PaLM, AI-assisted medical diagnostics at your fingertips. So let's get started. A medical foundation model? Recent trends involve constraining large language models and fine-tuning them for specific applications. This approach can be applied to medical text corpora, enabling models to learn useful representations for various applications. However, the medical domain presents unique safety issues and potential misinformation spread, as seen with ChatGPT. A recent Google research focuses on the usability of a broad LM to encapsulate clinical knowledge and evaluate its potential in medicine. They opted to begin with a specific task, answering medical questions. This is because the model must deliver high-quality responses to medical issues, which is a crucial yet challenging task. To do this, the model must also comprehend the medical context, locate relevant information, and reason in response to expert inquiries. The concept of creating a machine learning (LM) model for medicine is not new, as it can be trained unsupervised using large amounts of text. LMs can adapt to specific tasks without gradient updates, such as in-context few-shot learning, which allows models to generalize to unseen tasks and exhibit reasoning abilities. These models also act as a knowledge base, but can also amplify biases in the training dataset. Several approaches have been attempted, including BERT and GPT architecture. However, these approaches have the disadvantage of amplifying biases in the training dataset. So my next question is, what freshness does this study bring? A new dataset that enables a more accurate assessment of LM in medical question responding. Medical inquiry answering benchmarks yield cutting-edge results. Tuning is prompted by the instruction to better align to the medical domain. An in-depth examination of the limits of LM in the medical realm. Then how should a language model in medicine be assessed? We must first have a solid dataset. The authors point out that while there are several research datasets available, each one focuses on a particular topic or objective, such as useful responses to medical information requirements, test questions, and medical exam questions. In other words, the authors claim that because the topic is so big, a single dataset is insufficient. Furthermore, measuring a measure like BLEU or another metric does not show how well the model comprehends the subject. With the newly created dataset, the model must be able to respond to questions that are multiple choice, open-ended, also known as the long-form, closed domain, and open domain, which is limited information provided in a particular source. So the scientists created a new benchmark by fusing previously used datasets and datasets of selected frequently searched health questions. The full dataset, which includes consumer queries as well as medical searches and examinations, is in English. Additionally, labels and information exist. The authors utilized the Pathways language model, PaLM, and FLAN-PaLM family, which are densely activated decoder-only transformer language models trained using Pathways. PaLM, with 540B parameters, achieved state-of-the-art performance in benchmarks. FLAN-PaLM, on the other hand, uses different datasets for instruction tuning and uses chain of thoughts to improve generalization. As an approach, the writers chose prompt and prompt tweaking. As proven, LMs are single-shot learners for in-context learning. In other words, with just a few instances of correctly chosen prompts, the model may learn a new task without the need for gradient updates or fine-tuning. The authors employed 3 ways for prompting. Few-shot prompting, it is using text-based descriptions, with input-output pairs, demonstrating tasks in agreement with qualified clinicians for each dataset. Chain-of-thought prompting, it involves intermediate reasoning steps in problem-solving, mimicking human reasoning, and was developed in collaboration with clinicians. Self-consistency prompting, it improves model performance in multiple-choice questions by sampling multiple decoding outputs, resulting in the final answer being the one with the majority of votes. This strategy considers the potential routes to the correct answer in complex domains. As previously stated, prompting strategies allow for comparatively low-cost model improvement. However, prompting is insufficient for many jobs, which might benefit from fine-tuning. I know you may think now, does MedPLM outperform the other models? The model has attained and exceeded the state-of-the-art. MedQA, multiple choice questions on basic medical knowledge medical licensing test in the United States. MedMCQA, the Indian medical entrance exam questions multiple choice. PubMedQA stands for Biomedical Scientific Literature. Multiple choice questions on clinical knowledge, medicine, and biology are part of the MMLU. Connected issues. Does the model persuade clinicians? Although crucial, metrics may often be deceptive. There is a need for more than simply the outcome on a benchmark, particularly for a delicate profession like medicine. 100 questions that could reflect the queries of actual customers were chosen by the writers. Then, they predicted responses using the 540B models FLANPLM and MedPLM, and they presented them to a group of 9 doctors located in the US, UK, and India. Clinical experts reached a scientific consensus on 92% of the issues, whereas only 61% of the time did FLANPLM. Let's discuss model limitations. It has several limitations, including a non-exhaustive dataset lacking in biology and a need for more realistic questions and answers. The performance evaluation with experts shows that the model is not suitable for clinicians, and the human evaluation approach could be improved. The scientific consensus is context-dependent and may not consider minorities, potentially causing bias. The analysis of bias and harm is limited, as this is exploratory work. The medical field is sensitive, and ethical issues must be addressed. The analysis should include patients and expand to include patients, and specific benchmark datasets for similar tasks are lacking. Scaling alone is insufficient for MedPLM, as it can produce incomplete or wrong answers. Further research is needed to ensure its safety and potential use in healthcare. While it's difficult to treat diseases, LMs could provide patients with information about disease and medication. They could also help mitigate bias and increase access to therapies. But remember one thing, this one will improve and will make our lives better. If you found this video helpful and want to know more interesting things like this, stay tuned. For that, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos.